a powerful scholarship tool that anyone can access. This is the Recruit Me Athletic Scholarship Podcast, episode number 193. Welcome to the world's longest running podcast on recruiting and athletic scholarships. I'm Jon Fugler. As an athletic scholarship coach and a recruiting author, I want to help you as a family succeed in the recruiting world and get a scholarship for your student athlete. I'm a dad of 2 scholarship athletes myself and also the CEO of Recruit Me. Our sponsor is the Athletic Scholarship 24-month recruiting planner and journal, your all-in-one resource for a successful recruiting experience. It's available on Amazon. This week, we got something special, but I got to go back to last week because I gave you some homework. You were supposed to come up with your 90-day recruiting plan. Did you do that? If you haven't listened to the last episode, you'll know why I asked you to do that, and you'll gain valuable insights into that. And that's all I'm going to say. If you haven't done it yet, go back and do it. If you haven't listened yet, go back and listen and then do your homework. Well, this week, we're going to talk about something that is a powerful recruiting tool, a powerful scholarship tool. It's available to anybody. You can access it. And I want to share this with you because this could amplify your recruiting success, and especially now. I mean, this is the time where you can grab onto this tool and use it. This is coronavirus season, and you're not missing anything. There's nothing to miss. However, I have a feeling you might be filling your time with things that you're really wasting your time with. And please don't use this time to put your recruiting process on hold. Don't put it on pause. A lot of families are doing that. I know it because I see it happening. You need to be different. You need to be standing above the rest. I want to share with you something that you can do to help you in this process. You can do this now. So when the season opens again, when coronavirus season closes and recruiting season opens, you'll be ready to go. What I want to talk to you about is what I call, originally I called this a success group. I was part of a success group that we had, about a dozen years ago, maybe, I think it was further than that, 15 years ago, where I gathered together with some other men who were from all walks of life. They had businesses. Some of them did, some of them didn't. Yet we had one common bond that we wanted to be successful in the work we were doing. We want to be successful in life, want to be successful as husbands, as dads. And we came together and we really encouraged each other, not just in a way of encouragement. Man, we had some solid curriculum that we worked through, and there were some elements to that made it a success group for life. Well, I want to shift a little bit here and turn a little bit, and I want to encourage you and show you how you can start a success group for recruiting and athletic scholarships for yourself. It's a powerful recruiting tool. Some call it a mastermind. A mastermind. You may have heard that before. It's kind of a word that's being thrown around a lot. A mastermind is when several people get together. It could be 2 or more. You don't want it to be too big. And they come together and pool their knowledge, their experience. They pool everything they have, the assets that they have. I'm not talking about they throw their money into a pot and buy anything, but they pool their knowledge, their experience, their wisdom, and they move forth together to help each other succeed. This concept of a mastermind is working in all walks of life, and I want to introduce it to you so you can use it for your recruiting experience. I want to share to you the benefits of a mastermind, how to launch one, the essential factors that lead to an effective mastermind. Also, I want to offer you insights about how to run and get the most from your mastermind. By the time we're done in this 15 minutes, you're going to be able to just go ahead and do it. So let's head into this, okay? A mastermind is a group of people which typically meet on a regular basis in person to offer support, to offer feedback, to offer inspiration. Now, in this case, you're not going to be able to meet in person these days. However, meeting virtually is good. I have been meeting virtually with a guy for over 4 years, and we have been helping each other in the work that we do. He's in a different field than I am, and yet we have some commonalities that allow us to be able to work together and build each other up. We've had other people come and go from our mastermind. And I can honestly say, Recruit Me would not still be here today if it weren't for Eric and the mastermind that we're in. I mean, I'll tell you, he has really encouraged me and helped me in practical ways to keep this thing going, to grow it, and be here for you. It's it's been a personal benefit for me, and I want to help you in your scholarship pursuit with a mastermind. Some of the benefits that this will bring for you, because it's all about what's it going to do for me, right? And one, it'll elevate your success. It's going to elevate your success. You're going to find yourself being able to get that athletic scholarship and get a better scholarship, and most importantly, find the best fit because of your mastermind. It's going to elevate that. You'll gain continued support and encouragement. This can be a lonely world. This can be a tough venture, a hard venture. There's a lot of desert in this, and we need support and encouragement. You need other people who are in it with you, who are also pursuing that same goal of an athletic scholarship. It helps you fend off loneliness, I guess I could say. They say it's lonely at the top. Well, it's lonely when you're pursuing an athletic scholarship because not a lot of others in your circle are doing that, and be kind of lonely. You're going to have to make some sacrifices. You're going to have to choose not to do certain things, spend your time doing certain things because you are pursuing your scholarship, and that takes work, that takes commitment. It can be lonely. So when you're part of a mastermind with people who are doing that very same thing, it can fend off that loneliness. You can get feedback. You can real-time feedback as you share what your experiences have been that week. Masterminds I encourage to meet every week. You can get feedback. You can gain additional knowledge because everybody else is doing their work too, and they're gaining knowledge, and they pass it along to you. So you pool your knowledge, your experiential knowledge. You're able to expand your network and access to resources. It's not just the few people or few families that are in your mastermind. Say, perhaps you have 3 families or 4 families. That's probably the ideal number in your mastermind. It's not just those families, but they have access to other resources, other information, other tools, other experiences they've had. They may be able to bring other experts into the group to help speak to a certain issue. So you're really multiplying that, and you're expanding your network and access to resources. And quite frankly, it provides inspiration. We need to be inspired. As athletes, we need inspiration. And when you're pursuing an athletic scholarship, you need inspiration too. So coming together with a group of people that you're getting to know better and better as time goes along, that is powerful, and you're going to be inspired. You need that help. So those are the advantages. Those are the benefits of being part of a mastermind. So be thinking a bit about that. And then you ask, well, who should be part of this mastermind? Should I just kind of pick and choose people? No, there's certain things that you want to set up in advance. You got a best shot at success in making this mastermind a success. So let me just list a handful of things that'll be helpful as you think through, who would I ask to be part of my mastermind? You want people who share a common goal. So that's it. You don't want just families who are looking to become athletes that want to become better, but you want families that are shooting for an athletic scholarship. You got to have that common goal. Even above that, you want families that want their kid at the school that's the right fit. So you got that athletic scholarship goal, best fit goal. You're at a similar experience level. You're in this together. You don't want some who have been doing it for 3 years and somebody else, another family, is just getting started. It just doesn't work that way very well in most cases. In a mastermind, everybody has to contribute. So if one person is far behind the others, it could pull the others down. It's best if you find people who are in that same stage and have that same experience level. A third thing is people who have diverse backgrounds and strengths, and as I mentioned, connections and resources too. Not everybody has to doesn't have to be the same. You can share different experience, the different backgrounds you have. You want diversity as you come into this. You want to help each other. So having different backgrounds is awesome. You want members who are close enough so that you can easily schedule your time together. What I'm thinking there is, because you're going to be doing it virtual, at least for the next maybe few months, you want people who are at least in the same time zone or near. I mean, you may be on the East Coast and you got somebody in mind on the West Coast, a good friend of the family that is pursuing the same thing you are, and you can do that virtually, but it would be tougher if you're then meeting in person and that person is meeting virtually with you. So you want to have people that are close enough, and if you're meeting virtually in time zone, but close enough when you're meeting in person that you can indeed meet together. Going from one side of the city to the other makes it inconvenient for you to meet together. So it's got to be people who are close by. And then finally, something here, you've got to have people who want to meet as often as you do. And I recommend weekly, maybe every other week, but weekly would be the most powerful. You're not going to be able to meet every week, even if you say you will. So you're going to have off weeks. It helps, though, if you have this on your schedule each week. That's what I found to be the most successful for consistency, and so it doesn't fizzle out. And then as you think about, you may be having those people in mind right now that you would be asking, and I encourage you to go ahead and jot their names down now, at least make a mental note of it. As you call people together, you never know what that chemistry is going to be. So make it, the first time is just kind of a checking out to see if this is going to work for us. You got to have the right chemistry, get along, and you got to trust each other. You're going to move out in this together. So it's best before you start to have a previous relationship, a friendship with the members in your mastermind group. There's got to be that commonality. So that helps. Now, I've been part of masterminds where the first time I met that person was at the group, and it's worked out. However, you want to be able to eliminate as many barriers as possible. So knowing the people first is helpful. So how do you run a mastermind? What happens at a mastermind meeting? You may meet for 60 minutes. You may meet for 90 minutes. But here's kind of an agenda that you can follow as you get together. Of course, the first time you just want to get to know each other. Share a little bit about each other, about your families, about your aspirations. Just this is kind of a social, get on the same page type of thing. And then you dig in to the meetings afterwards. There's two ways you could go. Here's one way. You could do a round robin with each person taking 15 to 20 minutes to do the following. And then each person will do all of these things, and you move on to the next person. You report on your goal progress from the meeting before. The end of each meeting, each family will set goals for that week, which makes it pretty challenging when you do that. Talk about accountability. So you share your results from your previous meeting. I still do that with Eric, and I got to tell you, it helps. It helps, even if I'm rushing at the end before we meet to get the job done, but I come pretty close to getting it done. Second thing you do as you share a breakthrough. What breakthrough did you have that week? So share that. Third, share a challenge or struggle that you need help with, and get help from the group. This is interaction time. Get feedback on things you need feedback on. It's your opportunity. You're on stage there for these 15 to 20 minutes, and you can do rapid fire, getting help from them. And then the last thing you do is commit to the goals you'll work on until you meet next week. So you write those goals down. You're accountable for them. That's one format. Another format is you, instead of that agenda, that each meeting, I love this too, and we've done this before in our group, and we had more than just Eric and me. We have a hot seat, and the group focuses the bulk of the meeting taking a deep dive into an aspect of one person's recruiting experience and where they're at, and you're able to go in detail and really help that family. They just lay it all out there, where they're at, what are some of the challenges, what are their goals, where they want to be. It's really it's wide open, and that person's on the hot seat. So you may want to do that for a month. Each week somebody else goes, and then go back to the other format. It's not either or, it's both and. So that's some of the things that you want to be thinking about as you work on your mastermind, as you set the agenda. So you want to think about who you're going to talk with, get together and see if this is the group that you want to pull together, and then go for it. And I would encourage you to just jump into this. As you listen to this, you might be kind of pumped up as you hear this, so don't let that fade away. You got your list of families that you want to ask to be part of this, and go ahead and then ask them. Ask them if they'd like to start on such and such a day. Let's get together and see if we can see this work, and let's together succeed at this tough scholarship thing. Let's do it together. Your results are going to be multiplied when you do this. And so I would encourage you to really jump on this and make it happen. So go ahead and make your list. Go ahead and set your goals for what you want to achieve. You're becoming the leader in this mastermind group. At least you're the initiator. You don't have to be the full-time leader. But set the goals of what you want to achieve. What's the purpose of this mastermind? Set some ground rules. What is the agenda and the ground rules of the mastermind? And I shared with you what you can do through each meeting. So I'd encourage you, if you need more information on masterminds, there's a lot of material out there. Just go ahead and Google masterminds. You won't find anything for masterminds for scholarships, but all other walks of life. And that'll give you some ideas on how you can set up yours. I would highly encourage you to do that, especially now. Especially now, man, you can meet every week, no problem at all. You could set aside 2 hours a week and meet for the next 2 months in your mastermind. Instead of losing ground in your athletic scholarship pursuit, you can gain ground. Oh man, get into this. Go ahead and do it. And let me know how it's working out for you. If you need some clarifying answers to your questions, feel free to ask me, John@recruitme.com. Went a bit overtime this week. Hopefully it was worth it. I'll talk to you next time.